Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on Satisfactory once again, going to be continuing our single player playthrough. But first, we got to cover a few things. Of course, it is Monday, so hopefully y'all had yourselves a great weekend this weekend. As well as I'd like to thank and welcome all of the newest subscribers that we gained over the last week and over the weekend. You guys are awesome. And also thank you to the people that have stuck with me thus far. You guys are also awesome. Awesome all around. Big thanks to you guys. We are getting that much closer, like just a tiny bit closer to that 1,000 mark, which we've been shooting for, and we are flying, and it's all thanks to you guys hitting that subscribe button, hitting the like button, all that kind of stuff, chatting in the comment section. That's also starting to pick up, which is also great because I like interacting with other people. So yeah, it's been really good. So again, huge thank you to you guys. Can't express my thanks enough at how much this channel is continuing to grow. Thanks to you. So big thanks. Let's keep it up. Let's keep the momentum. Maybe do the snowball effect and gain even more momentum. That would be also awesome. So as you're seeing here, playing with the photo mode, been enjoying the heck out of the photo mode on the 1.1 experimental branch here, which is what we're going to be playing on, continuing. Yeah, just getting those shots in. I've been really enjoying it quite a bit, trying to figure out where I need to put those shots. So yeah, it's been great. Been having a lot of fun with that. And I decided to do the wire train this time. So last week we decided, or the last Friday, we did the steel pipe train kind of story from its start to its finish point, and now we're doing the wire train for the stator factory, doing its point because it takes a different route. So yeah, following up through the different areas from the desert to the desert canyon, up into the Spire coast, and up through that area, doing our bridges all the way across, up to the stator factory. Yeah, so been really enjoying that and trying to set all it up. It's a pain in the butt, but I enjoy doing it, so I'm going to continue to do it with my intros here. And of course, my intros are not going to be as long as all that. So if you weren't here last time or last week, we finished the stator factory. We finished the stator factory, got the train station and the platform down, all the belts over to the stator factory. Stator factory's making stators, or it's done making stators. And then we at the end of the last week, we got started on the rotor factory as well. Got the train spiral in, got the rotor factory, the platform down with all the train stations and all that. So now we just need to get continuing on for there. So getting back over to the game here, back over here, got 600 days under my belt, by the way. Haven't had a single death on this save that I can remember. I mean, if we've had a single death, I don't remember it because we've got, so basically every time you die, this counter goes back to 0. So and that goes for multiplayer as well. If somebody in multiplayer dies, doesn't matter who it is, that goes back to 0. So yeah, I'm quite proud of that. So anyway, let's go ahead and head over to the rotor factory so we can get things done. Also, just a quick little thing, I have been over here cleaning up just a little bit before I started recording. I decided to clean up, so the boxes for all the factories that we have permanent factories for, like the wire and the cable, obviously those two big towers there, wire on the left, cable on the right. The concrete factory also had a box as well. Got rid of that one. Got rid of because we got rid of the stator factory one at some point. I also got rid of the rotor one and just put an uploader on there for now until that factory gets done. Basically, this is all my temporary factory stuff, so all the stuff that I use to get to where I'm at. All of these little temporary factories, including temporary trains. So these trains, the rule doesn't apply to them because they are quite temporary. That once we get these factories like computers and and circuit boards done, as well as the adaptive control units and you know, that other kind of stuff. Then we can start cleaning a lot of this up. A lot of this was feeding the modular engine factory, but the modular engine factory, I turned off the sink so that it would just pile up all that modular engines. And, that is that way. So anyway, yeah, like I said, we're going to be heading over to the... Oh, I did the wire factory as well. The little temporary wire factory up there, because that is our... That way, there you can see it yellow and glowy. That is our quick wire factory. So we got that one. Got rid of the box and stuff, and I was sinking everything over here that we didn't need. So should have quite a bit of tickets now. But anyway, just stop procrastinating and let's get over to the the rotor factory, which we need to finish this week. And hopefully we'll start on the motor factory this week as well, because the rotor factory is not going to take all that much to finish as well. So anyway, yeah, like I said, let's get over there. All right, and now that we're back over here, this is our location for our rotor factory. I do have a plan for the shell for the rotor factory. I want to see how well it's going to work. We're going to have to build it slightly bigger than that factory over there. So that is our that is our stator factory sitting over there. Oh, how interesting, when you're this far away, the kind of shallow waters turn to sand slightly. Yeah, there's something weird going on over there. It's because that is all water. Anyway, but yeah, we got our stator factory over there, and this is our rotor factory. So we've got our train stations in place, like I said before. We got our belts in place, and the reason that there's 4 train stations here is because, yeah, Sam mine 2. So we are mining for Sam right here. Got a Mark III miner in there as well. It looks like the train station's full. And because Sam is kind of dangerous, we have completely encased it in windows and glass and stuff and whatnot. Even down there, I've completely encased it where we were mining it. Even though, yes, in its crystalline form, it is supposedly safe, I decided to encase it, and then I put these signs up here with the... I don't know why I did the little moving thing, but nah, it's fine. We can always change it if we like, I think, from up here. Nope, can't. Okay. But, yep, that way we just have this, you know, it makes it look cool. And we just put the train station with the rest of this just because I'm going to be mining for Sam eventually. So having the train stations ready to go and marked is a really, really good idea. So, and then we also did the belts over here. We got our uploaders already ready to go for our rotors as well. So yeah, I guess let's get started. So we're going to be going off of this grid. Also, we have a rotor over here. I was just we were looking at the rotor to kind of come up with designs, and that's kind of how I came up with like the stator factory. We basically took we took a basic stator and we kind of spiced it up and made it, did some extra things to it to make it look awesome, which it looks awesome from here. So now with the rotor factory, what's funny? Looking at this rotor, and I don't know why I've never noticed before. What am I at now? 3,300 hours, almost 3,400 hours, and I've never noticed that the rotor, I'd never even thought about it, that the rotor factory, or the rotors, are vehicle rotors. I've never noticed that before. But yeah, looking at this, these are like automotive rotors. This is like a ceramic rotor. Not a ceramic rotor, what am I trying to say here? Some ceramic brake rotor, essentially. The rotor itself's not made of ceramic, but the brakes, it's for racing, essentially. This is a racing, like a really high tier racing rotor you use for like circle tracks and stuff like that. So why it's got the holes is for and it increases stopping power as well. And they can get incredibly hot and still give you decent braking without too much fade. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like this little deal on the side. I have an idea for that as well. But we're not going to build the rotor. We're going to build something that kind of looks like it, but I'm trying to stay away from building that exact thing like we did with the Stator Factory. Just kind of spice it up. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and start off with a centerpiece, we're going to do a rounded factory, so we're going to start off by building a circle. So I need to find out where the middle of the circle is going to be, and then how big the circle is going to be as well. And then from there, then we can work on the actual design of it once we've got the circle down, essentially. So let me get that set up as well. Eventually, one of these times, I need to start working on some tutorials and stuff for this game, because yeah, there's tons of tutorials out there, but you know, some people said I should be doing tutorials, so I was just like, yeah, okay. One of these days I'll get to it whenever I have time. So anyway, like I said, let me get a circle base started with a wherever it's going to be. I might end up dismantling this if the smoke becomes a problem, so we'll see what happens. So it's going to be 12 machines doing 12.5 per minute per machine, then 900 and 300. That's going to be summer sloped factory. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the middle. I'm going to go map. Put a marker right there. Oh, we need type that in. And then oops. Still good. Okay. And it's going to be 0 out of 300. Let's put him at the end. Okay. Of course, it is going to be summer sloop, so we're going to go star S star. And then select icon, factory icon, select this. We're going to go with the iron color. I am going to give it a little more blue, though. There we go. And then large icon. Yeah, everything else looks good. Perfect. So now we got our Stator Factory marker. So we know it's summer slooped, we know how many we're making and how many we're using. That's the whole point of them using the map like that. So, alright, so what I'm thinking on this build, sorry, took forever to get to this point. What I'm thinking is that we use 1 meter foundations for this particular build. Now, the other thing I want to do is I want to put up a wall here. Doesn't matter what kind of wall, we'll just go with concrete. I don't want to use blueprints for this, by the way, because if we use blueprints, it's going to make this area even more laggy, so it would be nice if we didn't make it that laggy. We're going to put up a wall. Just go all the way around. Alrighty, so I decided to change my mind. I am going to do a blueprint because this is going to take forever if I don't. Even though it will make the area more laggy, it's okay. But I've only got the blueprint half done. I just kind of wanted to bring you guys in on this. This is the type of build I'm going for. Now, it looks cool now, but wait until I do what I'm going to do. So basically what I've done is I've taken a foundation like this, right? And then we have our wall in here. So bring the wall up. And then what I've done is I went like this, just showing you guys how I built it. Okay. So you got all your 1 meter foundations. What you're going to do is you're going to remove the foundations for the ones that you're going to change. So we're going to change that one, and I started with, I didn't start down here, I started with this one, because this one you need the platform in order to use it, so, in order to use it effectively, so, just do that, and then, yeah, we'll have the top one, that's fine. And then what I've done is I hit the H key, moved it over, and then on the next one I did the exact same tick, but for this one we'll do that. Do that. And then, yep, this is exactly how I've built it. Just like that. So now you guys can see exactly how I built that. And then I just went back the other way. Just did the opposite. I did 2 on the same kind of tick level, so that it gives it a little bit more of a thing. But I thought that'd be pretty cool. But then what I'm gonna do, let's remove all this. Yes, that was just to show you how I built it. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the ones I don't want. And hit the G key here. Kind of lock it in. Okay, so I don't want that one. I don't want that one, and that's gonna be at the top. So then we get something like this, which looks pretty cool. I think a very unique design for the moment. And then what I want to do with that is I want to go into organization, and I want to take the large billboard here because I need a bit of color, of course. Let's go ahead and put that there. Now we might have to overlap. And with the 1.1, we can nudge it up as many times as we want. Okay, do we have a gap? We do, actually. But that's fine. I'll just grab another billboard. Put it right there in the middle. And there we go. So this, what this will do is it'll give us our color, because this is the outside of the build right here. Now I'm kind of rethinking it slightly. Just looking at it going, I mean, yeah, I might do... I don't know. Let's see what it looks like with the lights. So, first, do WSI blue, but I'm going to do this one here, and Control C, Control V, Control V. Select the layout. Remove the text. Okay, that might be a little too bright still. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it down to there, maybe, roughly. Yeah, because we've got it on bright, it also kind of washes the color out a little bit. So we're going to put it slightly darker to get that color back in. Oops. Get out of there. Let's go 0.75 and 0.5. It's really just a play until you find the exact color you're looking for here. I want a bit more color into that. Bit more blue. Yeah, okay. Oops. Control C. That is not what I was trying to do. There I go again, wrong key. I'm not looking at the keyboard. like I should be doing. Okay. So then you get something like this, and of course what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Should we do chrome finish? So it kind of brings it out a little bit more. Or should we do like... I mean, I could also do the color. Oops. So iron, but we want a bit more blue into it. Like that. Yeah, stupid phlegm. Okay. Back to what we were doing. And so it was this, but it was... We can go with this color. It's kind of like that steel blue. Oh, you know what? Do this first. It's like get it shiny. Oops. Dang it. Yeah. That gives us about the color of the stator there. That's not bad. And we'll just carbon steel up the walls and behind here. Not going to be seeing them anyway. I'll just leave it for now. Yeah, 'cause that's the top. I might get rid of it. Then we'll do... Actually, we don't even need the wall, like, necessarily. I'll still put it in there, but... Yeah, what I was trying to do... Do that. That's probably gonna glitch, isn't it? Well... No, seems to not. Okay. And we'll go ahead and save this. Rotor Factory 1, select icon. See, it's got that blue tint to it. I might even put more blue tint to it, but the actual item in game is not that blue. Okay. Now we can go ahead and try to place this bad boy. Like that. Then we just place it along and see how many we can get. It looks like I'm gonna need to hand feed my my factory a little bit. Oh yeah, that's actually looking really cool. I like that. Okay, but now that I know what we're working with, which we're working with pretty... it is very very interesting. We got something going on there. Let's remove that. I might need to hand feed my my crystal oscillator factory again. Okay, so now that we've got what I kind of wanted, I do need to put... Ooh, you know what? I wonder. No, we can't paint them, though. Oh. Yeah, you can't paint them. But, yeah, we need to put beams in between here. Basically... Yeah, I need to figure this out. I might have to make a few iterations to try and work it out so we can fill that gap. We could push it in, but I need space for machines too, so I'm gonna try and fill up the gap with those beam connectors. Because that might it might make it interesting. We'll see what happens. Alrighty then. So now I finally got this all built. It took a few iterations to make this work, but this seems to be the best that I've come up with so far. And we may come up with something better. I actually had initially put lights in these grooves, but it was way too much, way too much. So we decided just to do the two large billboards back here. There's going to be a hollow point in the wall here. That's just the way it is. But this is almost where the two walls come in together. And hopefully we have enough room to put all the machines in here. We might have to use the hollow point of the wall in order to run our belts. We shall see. We shall see. Of course, I don't have to have these inner foundations. If we want to get rid of those, we can. Can't get rid of the outer ones, but we can get rid of the inner ones. So yeah, we've got two blueprints here. We've got this is the top portion here. Because the way I was doing it, it was way too flat for how big around it was. So I decided to spread it out, putting two foundations in between each step, rather than one, and having the two foundations at the same step as well. That was it didn't look very good, so I had to completely rebuild it, and then that didn't work. So then I completely rebuilt it again, this time going taller, and I was just like, yeah, this actually looks much better than it did. As well, so we're going to go ahead and load we're going to load the blueprint 1. Oh, I don't have my radio on. I'm starting to have more and more crashes with the Unreal Engine objects limit, but I did go onto Satisfactory Calculator, which, if you want to know that link to that website, it's down in the description below of this video. You can actually load your save into that, and it'll tell you. Now, it's not an exact number. You want to take the number maybe by 2. Take the number that you have and times it by 2. But when you load up the save completely, what you want to do is you want to, on the left where the map is, there's this little box looking thing. It's like a rectangle. And that's a select. That's a rectangle select or square select, whatever it's called. And then you just drag it over the entire map. Where everything's at. That way you select everything and it'll tell you. It'll give you a number of how many objects there is in the world. And then just take that number times 2, and that should because it's not an exact number, okay? It selects each machine, but a lot of these machines and train stations and stuff like that, they've got more than they got more than one object per. Like this train station here is probably like multiple objects. Maybe 5 or so. I'm not exactly sure how many, but just take everything by 2, maybe by 3 if you've got a smaller number. But that'll give you a rough estimate of how many U objects are actually in the game. And I'm sitting at roughly 600,000 or so, which is not that bad. 600, maybe 700,000. Unreal objects, and the limit is 2.5 million or something like that. It's around 2.5 million or whatever. But the problem I'm having with it is sometimes I'll place objects and I'll get this crash where it says you've hit the Unreal object limit, but I don't know. It's just been happening more and more recently, especially with the jump to 1.1. It's even more often that I get it. I don't know if it's a 1.1 thing. More than likely not, but yeah. It's just one of those things. So, but yeah, and then we've got that. So we're gonna go ahead and clear the blueprint designer because we no longer need it for the moment. I might do another blueprint here in a minute. At the very top portion here, I do want to do a. I was thinking as well. So here's what the building looks like for right now. I don't think this is too bad. This is kind of what I was going for, what I had in my head. What I might do is I might put pillars every so often, like put pillars at the at the points where I put the machines at, basically. Put pillars go straight up from here to there. Basically, we just take one of these pillars here. So what we could do is we could do a pillar like this and just kind of push it in once this autosave happens. But yeah, and I definitely know I haven't hit the Unreal Objects limit because I can place more objects. I haven't hit the hard limit yet because I can just place more objects. But it's kind of the reason it's not an exact number. It's kind of hard to pin down is because the object number is kind of a float number. Just depending on memory and all that other stuff. I don't know the exact details. But yeah, I was thinking maybe a pillar like this could be fun. Just like one in each corner or something like that, and then of course we paint it. We might end up painting it black like this. But yeah, just something like that. Just something to kind of break up the circle, I guess. Might put it closer to the edge. Put it right on the edge or whatever. Just so it looks like it's holding it together. But yeah, if we look at this from a distance, you can even see the blue reflecting off of this. That's crazy. I love this. Like, you're going to be able to see that for miles. But yeah, so you know how we were talking about that rotor, right? That signature rotor that's on the top of the rotor. I love that there's two different types of rotors. You've got the rotor, which is the object which goes inside the motor with the stator, and you combine the stator and the rotor to make a motor, right? But this type of rotor is off of like a race car. It's an automotive rotor, but it's not quite a race car because it's got 4 holes in it. These 4 holes, this is usually where you slide this rotor over the studs, which is what you put your lug nuts on to basically bolt your wheel to the car. Those lug nuts, usually, on most cars it's going to be 5. Then you get into like SUVs and trucks and stuff, and then it goes to 6 and then 8. The 4 is usually like really old cars, especially cars that are from a different country that will have the 4. I know Honda is a good example of 4 lug nuts, or actually those ones I think are lug studs. I don't remember. Don't exactly know anymore. Oh, and then to fill the gap, what I've done is I put a beam on here. So we've got 2 H beams on the very edge, and then to do this, you put it to your corner, and then hit the. I know I'm all over the place, but hit the H key, hold Control, slide it over to the side, and then drag it, and it'll go to that point. Actually, this would be a better example. So, yeah, we're on the corner here. Lock it over. And as you can see, that's the exact length. And I used it, since I used 1 meter foundations, 1 meter foundations have multiple snap points as far as height goes. So if you look at this here, and you go to take any kind of beam, and you notice it can snap to the top, which, we snap it to the top here, which goes on that edge, and if we snap it to the bottom, basically there, that snaps to that edge, but if you put it exactly in the middle, you can get it exactly in the middle. And then I tried to color as best I could. That's about as close as I got it, and I gave up. I was just like, yeah, it's close enough. Then these beams basically fill in this gap here. Not completely, but close enough. Plus I had to find a use for the new stuff. I could have done the concrete, which would have looked good, but the problem is the concrete pillars cannot be painted, unfortunately. But yeah, this would have also looked good. But yeah, like I said, they can't be painted. Like, they can be painted, but they don't paint. Unfortunately, they do not paint. Although those will look really cool. Unfortunately, cannot be painted. But anyway, so that works for that. And yeah, like I said, we're going to do the signature rotor, which I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, we'll put that blueprinter back. Special. And I'm probably just going to do the blueprint and then build it again, just like I have here. That way we would build the roof, essentially. Okay, so we've already got the foundation up there. We just need the gap, which I think should it be a 2 meter or 4 meter? Let's try 4 meter. I'll try it up here. Four meter might be the best. And then what we do is we take walls. Just like this. Yeah, we should put walls on the edge too. Oh, yeah. I mean, 4 meter might be too much compared to the rest of it. And of course, yeah, we color these. So it looks like the side of it. And of course, we're going to also pull our beam across. Yeah, and that'll give that edge as well. Yeah, that'll look good. I'm wondering if we should put a sign inside there. I might. We'll see. But yeah, let's go ahead and build that in the blueprinter, and then build that along here, and then we'll see. I used the wrong blueprinter there. I'm actually glad I did not build it yet. Yeah. So yeah, let me build that and get the roof put on this, and then we'll call that an episode. Alrighty then. I think I am about as far as I'm going to take it for today, and we'll continue building on it next time. So let's go ahead and look at it here. So this is what I've kind of got. So you can see, don't worry about that up there at the moment, but you can see we've got the basically the rotor, like these are basically cooling fins essentially. Like when you got your rotor disc, you've got two surfaces. You've got the rear surface and the front surface, and you got two brake pads, one on each surface, right? And in between there, on the usually on only the fronts in most cars, and some vehicles will have it on both, on the front and the back. But basically, this is used to help dissipate heat. So as the vehicle wheel turns, you apply your brakes, the surfaces heat up in between here, and this all heats up. And then, of course, as you continue to drive, when you let go of the brakes, then as the wheel spins, you get the hot air basically being flung out with the cooler air kind of replacing as it cools down and stuff. So it's just one of those things. It's basically cooling fins essentially, and then these two surfaces are measured as you use the rotor, of course. And if they get too thin, eventually you have to throw away the rotor and get a new one. Holy crap! I can see the manta ray from here. But yeah, so pretty cool, nice, cool cooling fins, and then we get to the top portion. So this is the brake surface here. I am going to need, there we go. So I'm going to need some kind of power. Yeah, as you can see here, we've got the entire rotor. Now, why did I put these in here? This is because this is the hole, and I was thinking about just leaving that, just painting those like black or whatever, and calling them holes in the rotor, But then I was like, it's kind of raised up, so it doesn't really work. and I can't have them on the surface because the foundation actually fits over that. And I use quarter pipes. I should have used the other, but I don't really care because they look pretty good, like this anyway. So I slightly bumped it up just so there'd be a little bit of texture there. But then I have these here. These are large fans. I use the large fans just with this, just so they look good like that. I use these as basically studs. So these are the studs that come through the rotor from your vehicle that you use to bolt the wheel on. You put the wheel over the top of this rotor here, and then these studs stick through the rim, and then you put the lug nuts, which the lug nuts screw onto these, which are basically studs, just giant bolts essentially. And then the lug nut is a nut that screws down onto them, and then you tighten them up. But yeah, so I thought I'd do that, and then that kind of gives the rotor look. We still got some more work to do on this. It's not 100% complete, but I think I'm, getting pretty happy with this build as well. So with the finishing of that, though, unfortunately, we are going to have to go ahead and leave it here because we are out of time. So next time we will continue this. To build this. I'm going to attach a portion on the back here, right about here. Yeah, we're going to attach like a little pod essentially on the back because that's basically like the rotor. I want to kind of copy this pod here. See this little pod sticking out? Like right there, that particular portion. I want a piece of that sticking out, whether it be a half circle or whatever, kind of sticking out on the side, a little tiny circle thing. That we're going to run our belts through going in, and have one belt coming out, which is going to be the actual rotors. And I think we'll call that good there as well. So that's kind of the plan for next time. But yeah, I kind of wanted to do something, like I said, a little bit unique. I'm not 100% happy with the way this turned out, but I don't think it's too bad. I imagine once we get it all done, it'll probably look much, much better. And like I said, yeah, I also wanted to get this to where it's comfortable having the elevator in the middle here, which does look pretty good. So with that, though, like I said, that is going to be it. So I do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see here. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.